20, I delivered pizzas for Domino's on my college breaks. And one time, a guy tipped me with a small bud of marijuana, and it was not good. You're listening to Bug and Moss.
Whoa, good morning. You're listening to Bug and Moss Morning Telephone Show. I am Moss.
I am Bug.
And oopsie doops, we are late. It is not showtime. It is almost the midday.
It is.
It's 9:15.
It is, but here's what happened. We hung out with friends and we enjoyed it, and so we were out late. And we also live 30 minutes away from the town we're close to. So, like, you know, it's hard.
We went out, we had a good time with our friends, and then we are too old for that now. And so that means that now today, I feel like my brain was used as a bus station.
Yeah, I feel pretty bad. The thing is it's Monday, and we got to not enjoy ourselves on Sundays.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
That's the Lord's Day, and now I know what they mean. now I understand that.
Praise Him. Yeah. Capital L Lord.
I took it. I took that day from him, and he is making me pay.
Yeah.
It is 9:16 on April 13th, 2026. April is one of the best months of the year, I think.
Really?
Yeah, I love the weather in April. I think April is one of I think April, May are my favorite part of the year.
Well, that makes complete sense, because if April showers bring May flowers, then that's two of Moss's favorite things.
That's true.
Rainy days and pretty flowers.
That is 100% accurate. I love flowers and I love rainy days. So yeah, April and May are my favorite 2 months of the year. What are your favorite 2 months of the year, Bug?
Ooh, that's a really good question. Okay, let me just go through, and it's definitely not January.
Okay.
It's not February. I don't know if it's March. That's my birthday month. But then let's think April, May, June, July, August, September. I feel like October's one of them.
Yeah.
I like October. October's got a riz that's very vibey. The weather's usually, we don't get a very long fall in Kentucky. And I feel like October is when it sort of hits. And November and December, I'm usually really busy at work, which I like. I like working through the holidays. I'm going to say...
I feel like October has a very specific energy to it that no other month does. Not all the months... Well, all the months do have a certain energy to them, but some are special, and I think October is one of the ones that's special.
I feel like October is one of the good ones, and then I don't feel confident in any of the other ones. I would love to hear what y'all think. You should call us at 848-MOSS-BUG and tell us your favorite month breakdown.
Favorite 2 months of the year. So, Bug and I invented a new game last night while we were out with our friends.
We did.
And I wanted to bring it to the show today. And I'm calling this game People Also Ask. But Bug very astutely pointed out that this is basically like using Google to do Family Feud.
Yes, it is.
Here's how the game works. You Google search something. Could be anything you want. And then you scroll down to the People Also Ask section, and you use that sort of as a little quiz. And if you've ever noticed, if you click around in that section, every time you open a question, it opens some more related questions that you haven't yet seen. So it allows you to go deeper. And so the way we've been playing it is you go 3 questions deep on each category. Are you ready for our first?
I am so ready. This game is very fun.
Okay. So today's first category is cream cheese. On this Google search for cream cheese, people also ask, is cream cheese healthier for you than butter? What do you think the answer is, Bug?
Oh, that's interesting. So,
weird comparison.
Butter is a byproduct of milk. Cream cheese is also made out of milk.
It feels weird to call butter a byproduct of milk, because butter's like such a deliberate product of milk. It doesn't byproduct. Is it an accident? Does it have to be?
Well, I mean, I guess if we're imagining the first time butter happened. I mean, butter is made, right, by like you take the milk fat, like the sort of solids.
Someone out here was like, I was trying to make shaken milk and I screwed it up.
Well, so you do. What's interesting about butter is that like you can understand, I think, what butter is, and you can sort of understand what buttermilk is. But until you've made butter and put buttermilk all over your kitchen with your mixer, I don't think you fully understand.
I've made butter the most by shaking it in a jar.
Yeah, I've made it mostly in a KitchenAid mixer or a blender. Matt Bliss is in the chat, and he says milk is wet cheese.
Hey, Matt, thanks for joining us on the telephone show. Milk is wet cheese.
And this is true. I know a lot about milk and dairy. I would say that cream cheese is healthier. That's like saying better, but...
You think cream cheese is healthier than butter?
Well, I think butter is going to have a higher fat content than cream cheese.
Okay. I think that... I don't know if... I think on the balance that cream cheese is healthier than butter. I'm going to throw my hat in that ring. Let's pop it open. Boo-doo-doo-doo. This is also trusting the AI overview.
Yeah.
Cream cheese is generally considered a healthier option than butter because it contains fewer calories, less total fat, and significantly less saturated fat per serving.
You'll also notice that's a stupid fucking question because you can't substitute cream cheese for the things you use butter for.
It's not a one-to-one for sure. So that point goes to me though, for sure, right?
No, excuse me?
Because you said butter was healthier.
I did not.
Oh, did you say cream cheese?
Yes.
Okay. So that point goes to both of us.
I was like, interesting.
Yeah,
Game is
sorry.
rigged.
Sorry, wasn't paying full enough attention. People also ask under the category of cream cheese. Let me see. I was going to do one, but I changed my mind. Is Philadelphia real cream cheese?
Philadelphia is real cream cheese. I happen to know a lot about Philadelphia cream cheese. It's super interesting.
Isn't it like a monopoly?
Yeah, Philadelphia pushed out a bunch of other cream cheese producers, and it's not made in Philadelphia, but New York cream cheese and Northern cream. There was this whole New York versus Philadelphia, Northern versus other cheese thing that had to do with something I don't remember. I don't know if it was something that was happening with the cows or what, but Philadelphia was just a branding scam. I know that. It is real cream cheese, though.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm going to go ahead and say yes. And yes, the answer over here is yes. Now, the final question in this people also ask is, what do cardiologists recommend instead of butter? People also ask that.
Huh.
What would a cardiologist recommend that you use instead of butter for a one-to-one? I don't think it's going to be cream cheese.
Well, no, because this is these questions, are always context deficient, right? So I guess a cardiologist instead of butter, God, I feel so crazy. I would imagine they would recommend olive oil or something like that.
That you can actually use one-to-one?
Yeah, I mean, you can't put it on your toast, but also I don't think butter on toast is really a huge worry if you're trying to cut back.
I've just had a realization, though. Maybe it is cream cheese because I was trying to think of a single time when I could be employing butter.
It would be putting cream cheese on your bread.
What do you mean? I can do that. Name one situation where cream cheese can't be substituted for butter. I'll wait.
Cooking.
Cooking what?
In a pan. Frying an egg.
You could fry an egg in cream chease?
No, you can't because...
You sure?
Yeah, because...
I'll do it. I'll try it.
Habe is in the chat and says olive oil was my first thought too. The thing is, I think that cream cheese makes sense as a substitution for butter when you're talking about putting it on toast, but also you use exponentially more cream cheese than butter. Typically, so you make a bagel.
Yeah.
You usually put a little layer of butter first, and then you put cream cheese.
And then a little cream cheese.
But if you were just having butter on your bagel, you'd be using way less than you would cream cheese.
Yeah. But if I'm going to fry an egg in cream cheese, I'm going to use probably the same amount of cream cheese as I would in butter.
Matt says that he will try creaming a pan tomorrow. Not confident. I can tell you, have fun. The milk solids will burn.
But I think it's possible still. So thank you, Matt, for trying that. Also, thanks, Habe, for joining us on the morning telephone show. I think you could fry an egg in cream cheese, 100%.
I mean, I think it can be done. I don't think it's a substitute for butter. It would not be the same process.
And the answer is olive oil. So that point goes to Haberlin and Brooke. Let's do one more. People also ask. Let's see. I've got either taxes or ultraviolet. What do you want for the category?
Taxes is they could both be funny.
Let's do ultraviolet.
Okay.
Because the people also ask on this is crazy. So the game, you Google search, the term is ultraviolet, and people also ask, what light is bad for lupus? Now, do you think it's ultraviolet light?
No.
Do you think that's bad for lupus? I've never heard that before.
Oh.
Is there a light that's...
Wait, yeah. Ultraviolet is like what you get from the sun, right?
Well, yeah.
And a thing with lupus is it's also partially a skin condition, so it will be irritated by being out in the sun.
Is lupus a skin condition?
It's partially a skin condition. It's an autoimmune condition, and one of the issues is that your skin is very sensitive.
Oh, I thought lupus was a pea disease.
No, lupus isn't really a pea disease.
Oh.
Lupus is an autoimmune condition, which typically means like something in your body is attacking itself, right?
Yeah.
Like
Your immune system specifically.
Yeah, and so one of the main indicators of lupus is a butterfly-shaped rash that goes on your nose and your cheeks.
Wow,
and
why did I think it was a pea disease?
I mean, there might be something related to urine. I don't know.
Is it because it has piss in it?
Lupus.
Well, I don't know. So, okay, you think ultraviolet is the answer because that was the search?
Yeah, I mean, I think probably.
I'm going to say sunlight.
Well, that's what I said. To be clear,
we're not both wrong. We're both right, but not quite. Fluorescent and halogen light bulbs emit UVA radiation that can cause flares of lupus. UV.
Before we got in the weeds, I was going to say like very bright white light.
Fluorescent and halogen bulbs.
That's interesting. I didn't know that those bulbs. I guess it makes sense, but I didn't realize that they release UV radiation.
On the Google search for ultraviolet, people also ask, can a human see 50 miles away? Do you think that's true, Bug? Do you think a human can see 50 miles away?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think that's true.
You think that's true?
I think that's true.
Okay. I think that's true also. I feel like that's got to be it. And according to this smartbuyglasses.com, the higher up you are, the further you're able to see. On a clear day, someone at the peak of a 1,300-foot mountain can see 40 to 50 miles out.
I thought I had heard that, and also we've been to like Kansas, and I'm like, this shit's flat. You can see so far when it's flat.
What eye color? People also ask, what eye color did all humans have 10,000 years ago?
Brown.
Now, do you think that's true? Because isn't brown dominant?
What do you mean?
Aren't brown eyes like a dominant trait?
So why wouldn't have people have had them?
Because why? Well, then how would people have blue eyes at this point?
Okay.
Or I guess enough people. Do you think?
Oh, maybe we were all born with like crappy blue eyes, and then we evolved to have good brown ones.
That's a tough one. I'm gonna say green.
Yeah, I said brown, so I'm gonna stick with it.
Okay. The answer is blue eyes, according to aucklandeye.co.nz. Originally, we all had brown eyes. However, according to researchers at the University of Copenhagen, it appears that a genetic mutation in a single individual in Europe 6,000 to 10,000 years ago led to the development of blue
this
eyes.
Fucking guy. So wait, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. The highlight was on blue. It is brown.
Yeah,
you were correct. The answer is Bug was correct, and I think that means that Bug wins.
So that's a victory for all bugs everywhere.
Yeah, it is. It's a big day for bugs. The game gets more interesting when you have specific searches. Well, I'm going to try and come up with some good categories for next time.
Yeah, and y'all feel free to like text us any search ideas.
As people also ask, you got anything on the show in your mind today, Bug?
I do. I have a game.
Fun.
And then I have a segment idea called Bug Advice that even if we don't do today, I'd like to put out into the ether. I'll give you advice on stuff. I think I'm qualified to give advice on most things. So feel free to ask me direct questions at 848-MOSSBUG.
Matt Bliss in the chat said big brain bug.
Big brain bug.
Actually, that'd be pretty good. Jordan, if you're listening, get some big brain bug liners over here. Would be killer.
If anyone wants to do an edit of me as Megamind, I'll take it.
I recently pulled in all of the, Jordan has sent us a bunch of new openers, so I put it at like 144 new ones. Ty gave us some new outros.
Heck
and
yeah.
I found a bunch of segments that Jordan made for us.
Ooh.
So soon I will get those together. Those take a little more time to put together in their own little bumpers, but we'll have some interesting segments to try that Jordan just came up with.
That's so exciting.
But I'm excited for Big Brain Bug or Bug Advice.
I mean, it's going to be pretty fun. Do you want me to do Bug Advice or do you want to play the game that I have prepared?
I think doing the game would probably be really fun. I'm really excited about your game, and then let's do the Bug Advice after.
Okay. So
How about a very small internet quiz?
Welcome to my super cool game. You've heard of Big Pharma, but have you heard of Bug Pharma?
Oh,
That's
boy.
what I'm bringing to the table today. Can you, from both the technical and brand names of these different pharmaceutical medications, guess what they're for?
Oh, okay.
So I have 3 for you today. Your first is, and I'm going to try my best, Sky Rizzy, Risen Kizmob Rizah.
Now, I'm so sorry. I thought you were playing a game where you would read a pharmaceutical name and I would guess like what it does.
Yeah.
But it sounds like you opened a Discord full of like Gen Alpha kids. Can you read that again?
Yes, the brand name of this medication is Sky Rizzy. The technical name is Risen Kizmob Rizah.
Is this like a looks-maxing drug? Is this a drug that like makes your chin pointy?
It sounds like it. Sky Rizzy is my current favorite pharmaceutical name, and it is insane to me that its real name is also that crazy.
Sky Rizzy?
I keep hearing ads for this on the radio, and it's so funny to me every time.
Oh, erection pills?
That's a great guess. Is that your final guess?
I'm locking it in, yeah. I have no clue beyond that.
Ooh, it's actually a prescription medication that treats moderate to severe plaque psoriasis, active psoriatic arthritis, and Crohn's disease.
So, what? What was the first one?
Moderate to
Psoriasis?
severe plaque psoriasis, yeah.
Oh. Okay, cool. Sky Rizzy.
Sky Rizzy, Risen Kizmob Rizah.
Speaking of Sky Rizzy, this guy behind us right now has some real Riz. It is beautiful
It's
outside.
gorgeous out today.
Sky Rizzy.
Sky Rizzy.
So that's no point for me on that one.
No point for you. Are you ready for your next pharmaceutical, I don't know, I keep saying pharmaceutical medication. Are you ready for your next medication?
Yeah, my next bug pharma. Let's do it.
Biktarvy.
Oh, I know this one.
Bictegravir, emtricitabine, E-tenofovir, alafenamide.
Say the first one again.
Biktarvy.
Biktarvy. I've heard of Biktarvy.
Biktarvy is the brand name. It is another name that is very funny to say.
I feel like it's heart. Oh, kidneys. Oh, Biktarvy?
Biktarvy. Biktarvy.
Biktarvy. Live your best way. We should do this with brand slogans too.
Yes.
Biktarvy. Have a tomorrow.
Yeah. So I'll give you a hint. Biktarvy does help you have a tomorrow.
Yeah, it's a cancer medication.
Close. No.
It is a hospice thing.
No.
Shit.
A hospice isn't about helping you have a tomorrow.
Well, you're right. It's sort of making the transition into tomorrow easier.
Yeah.
Tomorrow. God, I don't know, Bug. I think Biktarvy probably has something to do with your heart.
Ooh, Biktarvy is a fixed-dose antiretroviral medication used to treat HIV/AIDS.
Oh, is it an old one?
I don't know. The brand name Biktarvy seems pretty current.
I thought you were going to say it seems pretty cool, so I don't know,
It is pretty cool.
Biktarvy, man, get your fill. That's Biktarvy, get your fill.
Get your fill. Get out there.
Okay,
Are you ready for your last one?
this is the last one. So I'm 0 for 0 for 0. Let's do it.
Balziva.
Balziva.
Balziva. Norethridone.
Oh,
Ethinyl.
norethridone.
Estradiol.
Oh, norethridone, nestradol.
If anybody at any point is like, I don't know how to pronounce this, feel free to call in and correct us.
Anethridil? Anethridil cholesterol?
What?
Anethridil testosterol.
No, the last word is Estradiol, which I'm not sure how to
Read
say.
it as fast as you can.
Balziva, norethridone, ethridil, estradiol.
That sounds like a Lord of the Rings character.
And also it's ethinyl. I read it wrong.
That sounds like I am Norididil Restidil Bethanol.
Yeah.
I can't see it, so I can't do it. But, I think that is a drug that gives you like super cool toenails. Like it makes your toenails like not get all gross if you're like an old man. You know dad feet? You've seen?
Oh yeah, I have dad feet.
Well, you don't have dad
I
feet.
have my dad's feet, and I am growing into some dad feet. It's tragic.
So I think norethindrosterone is a dad foot medicine.
It is, in fact, an oral contraceptive pill that prevents pregnancy by suppressing ovulation.
Nerethodil Lesanon Nethrodo definitely suppresses ovulation.
This game is obviously super hard, and so if any of you got these right, I would love for you to call or text and let us know. I think Atticus may have jumped in at Biktarvy because I know we've seen that commercial together.
At all, yeah. Although, as it is with all things sort of medication, if the reason you know it is a bummer.
Oh, yeah. Feel free to not, have to share that unless you want to, I guess.
I want to know more about Nerethanone to guess to go
granola dog.
Bongo dog, mongo dog, cowabunga dog.
Bongo dog, mongo dog, cowabunga dog. What kind of medicine would that be?
We were talking about making that the name of our LLC.
Yeah, I think that'd be really good.
Somehow or something. Bongo dog, mongo dog, cowabunga dog.
We need to shorten it.
Yeah. Well, actually, we were thinking of antenna.
Yeah, antenna we liked.
Because like a bug antenna. But that's a different conversation for a different day and a different time. It is 9:35 on April 13th, 2026. You've been listening to the Bug and Moss Morning Telephone Show. We have some voicemails hanging out in the voicemail box where the voicemails live and where they like to spend their time. I'm going to pull that up real quick and we can go ahead and take a listen to this voicemail that came in very recently from George Diaz.
Hey, Bug and Mouse, I've also got a mech game recommendation, and that is Titanfall 2. Even if you don't want to do the multiplayer, single player is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a great story, and you have, what's his name? Peter Cullen, I think. The voice of Optimus Prime and other voices as your AI companion in the mech.
Mm-hmm.
I think you can fist fight. I don't remember.
Ooh,
and there's telekinesis in the mech. It's really cool.
It is really
Highly
cool.
recommend.
But,
10 out of 10. I think it's on sale. I don't know. It usually is.
You can pick it up for very cheap, and it is really fun, but it didn't scratch the itch for me in the right way. Titanfall 2 is like one of those. I feel like there are 3 mech games at the top. There is Mech Warrior for the big, slow, clunky Western robots, which is the stuff I like. There's Armored Core for the super fast Eastern, more Japanese or Asian. I don't actually know the history, but just like Eastern mechs, fast, slim mechs. That's Armored Core. And then you have Titanfall, which is sort of in the middle. It's kind of like a big dude mech, but it's also like Call of Duty with mechs in it, and you can be on the ground, and it is very fun. And the thing they did super right was movement. Like running and jumping in that game is crazy. But there's just not like a lot of meat on the bones of that story, and I'm not one for multiplayer FPS games. So yeah, Titanfall 2 I have complex feelings about. I did beat the campaign, but when the campaign ended, I was like, that was it? I beat it too fast.
I have an idea for a game where you said FPS and it took me a second because we've been doing video stuff. Wouldn't it be cool to have a multiplayer FPS game, but it is frames per second and you're trying to take pictures of each other?
What?
Because FPS, I know, is first-person shooter,
yeah.
but when you take a picture, you also say you take a shot. I think it would be really funny to have like a sort of multiplayer tag game where you're like running around taking pictures of each other.
That's very fun.
I think that'd be a cool idea. Or it could be like a Pokemon Go type thing where it's real and it's cool because you're like taking pictures of your friends.
Well, hang on. This is something. Your first idea was everything. I'm thinking of like, I wish I was more versed in game development. Fucking gonna have to figure that out. I've done a little bit of game development, not anything crazy, but we got a lot of the way into a podcast. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. It could be themed around blackmail. It's like a first-person shooter, but you're shooting the other characters with cameras to get blackmail on them or something.
Yeah,
like catch them in embarrassing poses. Maybe you're like a paparazzi guy on the front, but your butt is hanging out in the back of your pants, and you have to try and get pictures of the other player's butt.
I don't know. The paparazzi
like
angle is one I thought of too, because there's this movie Paparazzi about this guy who it's like one of those action revenge movies that I watched with my grandpa where this like famous guy, the paparazzi do something and then he like hunts them down and kills them. And that would be a really funny setup for a game where like you can play as like a famous person or a paparazzi and you have different skills, like different things you can do. This
is interesting. I like this angle. Let's put our collective brains together on this,
and we'll make it
and make this game happen. 848 Mossbug is the number to call or text with ideas for. I guess we're gonna start a game studio.
We've been thinking about it.
Yeah, I mean, I tried to make a couple Podcube games and have gotten fairly far. I think maybe starting with something simple like this, a first-person shooter that's just like multiplayer and is about taking pictures somehow.
I think that could be a really fun group game to play.
Matt Bliss. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, I was going to go ahead.
Matt Bliss wrote into the chat and said Titanfall 2 campaign was criminally short. I agree. Wicked short, way too short. And then Matt Bliss also said advice needed. So we got 5 minutes left in the show.
Let's
Why don't we
do it.
a little bit of bug advice? I don't have any bug advice music for you.
Give me some.
I've got the X-Files theme. I've got, is it horse? Well, how about this?
Buckle up, everybody. It's time for another big, unsubstantiated claim from Bug and or Moss.
Yeah, that's pretty fair. So Matt Bliss asked, advice needed. Bug seems to be a great life maxer. What's your advice for the rest of us trying to squeeze as much juice as we can?
Life maxing.
How to squeeze the juice out of life? I'm so glad you asked.
Bug, would you consider yourself a life maxer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was actually writing today about how I wouldn't have described myself as previously toxically positive to other people, but I would maybe describe myself as previously toxically positive to myself, like in my own head. My form of self-hatred is like really toxic self-love.
Okay.
It doesn't work. I wouldn't recommend that for actually life maxing / enjoying your life while you're living it. What immediately comes to mind is, I think the most important question to ask yourself, if you're like, I want to, get the zest of life, whatever, I want to live my best life, you should ask yourself, if you're unhappy now, why? Are there parts of it that are in your control? Like, do you have a job you hate? Are you doing something you don't want to be doing? Are you unhappy in a relationship? Do you not have like a good support group? Do you not like where you live? Like, it could be small stuff too. And figure out, have I convinced myself, like, have I built an imaginary wall where I've convinced myself I have to stay at this job or in this relationship or in this town I don't like? And there are real things that keep you places. We could talk about that forever, not having money, not having access to things, but let's focus on what you can control, because that is where you are able to make real change in your life. And I would say, first of all, it's okay to quit things, and it's actually really cool to quit things. And second of all, as Olympia Dukakis says in the incredible film Moonstruck, Cosmo, you're gonna die. And I think a lot of people do not really think they're gonna die. I think that they have not really accepted that. Are you working towards something that you are going to get to enjoy in your real life? Or have you kind of swallowed the propaganda that all of this work you're doing that isn't for you or your goals is going to like give you something in a retirement you might not reach and might not actually be paying into, or in some like kind of nebulous future? And the real advice that I would give for anybody who's like, I'm not happy and I want to be happy, is you should set real concrete goals that aren't just cloudy ideals.
That makes sense. Matt wrote in and said, is toxic self-love like, quote, I am eating the shit out of this cereal, so good, go me?
So that feels more like a fun vibe on a Tuesday. For me, toxic self-love was a way for me to convince myself that other people have real problems and I just need to buckle up and like make it happen. This sort of culminated in me having a massive crash out in my late 20s, getting a lot of toxic people out of my life who weren't good friends because I was a people pleaser, getting an ADHD diagnosis, learning how to drive, getting medicated, like everything. So I sped run. Kind of, I think I wrote in a piece of writing I was working on this morning that I sped run self-actualization. Like, you're a real person with real needs and desires. And I think actually my biggest piece of advice is you're stuck with you. This is your life. And whatever else you do or whoever else you serve, and I think serving other people is really beautiful when it's not in like service of a zealot, but just in service of each other as humans. You are the person living your life and you don't have control over most of it. So where you do, you should take it.
I think that's a really great note, and you couldn't have timed that better with the outro that just started rolling.
I am so good at advice.
You're so
and
good.
I'm life maxing. Follow me to manifest your dreams.
Hashtag LifeMaxing. It's the Bug and Moss Morning Telephone Show, 9:45 on your Monday. Thank you for spending it with us. Good morning, Matt. Good morning, Habe. And good morning to everyone else hanging out with us.
Matt says, as a non-speedrun people pleaser who revelated, love that, only recently, would be interesting to compare notes. I agree, Matt. I would love, DM me. Let's chat about it.
Let's chat. All right, we'll catch you tomorrow. I love you, Bug.
I love you, Moss.
This is the end of the episode.